What's going on, guys? It's Dill here from the Accuser, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 1002. This chapter was amazing, and we're not on break next week, so I'm really happy. But these chapters seem like a little short when they're full of action, but we get so much world building in One Piece that when we get these action chapters, I'm just always so excited. I'm so excited to see more One Piece fights, more people in One Piece besides Luffy getting fights, but let's get right into the review. We start the chapter with Kaido using an attack called Destructive Wind, doing a lot of damage, especially to Kid's big structure that he made. But Kid doesn't really seem to care because he can just reconfigure all of it with his Devil Fruit ability. Flashing over to Zoro, we have him making a very serious badass face while deflecting the wind with his sword, redirecting it somewhere else. And Luffy's just kind of dodging around it seems like, and then hits Kaido with a Kong rifle right in the face. While Kaido's flying back, we see Kid coming in with the big metal body that he constructed, grabbing Kaido and kind of just thrashing him to the ground, which is a really impressive feat from Kid. Kid is looking really impressive in this fight. To put the finishing touch on this three-way attack, we have Law teleporting around until he can get where he thinks Kaido's heart is and use Gamma Knife and actually deal some damage on. You can see Kaido starting to get frustrated and realizing he has to take this seriously, that he can't just be reckless with his life because these guys are actually doing damage to him, something he did not expect. Then we have Killer just running up Kaido. He realizes that he cannot hurt Kaido from the outside, so he has to hurt him from the inside. So he uses a sound-based attack called Sonic Scythe, which acts kind of like a Gamma Knife or a Rio. It actually does significant damage, surprisingly. I did not know Killer was going to look this good in this fight. It's amazing, but then out of nowhere, Big Mom uses Indra and flashes lightning down on Killer. All I can say is they're very lucky that Big Mom doesn't have a more hands-on approach in this fight, and she's just back letting Kaido have fun playing support because they would have their hands full right now. Right before Kaido goes to bite a fried-up Killer, out of nowhere, Luffy comes with a Rhino Schneider and kicks Kaido right in the face. Kaido responds with a Boro Breath, but before he can do that, Law uses Room to throw Zoro into the air to use the Foxfire cutting style again. Very impressive, very good looking. I love it. I love that Zoro can do this now. It is such a, if Zoro couldn't cut fire right now, it would be very tough for these guys. After cutting the fire though, Zoro is not done. He's midair and he uses an attack called One Sword Style, Flying Dragon Blaze, and goes to cut Kaido but actually misses and slices off one of the horns of Onigashima. Is this Zoro's best feat? Because this is amazing. That horn is so big and he just effortlessly cuts it off. Of course, Kaido immediately recognizes that Odin's aura is leaking off of that sword. Odin's aura is emanating. His Rio is emanating from that sword, and he gets kind of scared, which is like, damn, Sean. You can tell it takes a really big toll on Zoro. He's wheezing, he's out of breath, just like the previous time when he accidentally cut part of the cliff off when he was just trying to cut like a small thing. It shows that Zoro really hasn't truly mastered this sword yet because it still does drain a lot of his energy, and I feel like an unnecessary amount of energy, even though he did do a tremendous feat, and that would take a lot of Haki, a lot of Rio. Still, I feel like once he has full control of it, he would be able to do something like that without it completely draining him, but it is understandable that it would take a lot out of him right now. Then Big Mom comes again, just raining lightning bolts, Heavenly Dominion, Shiva's Wrath, and it's just she electrocutes Zoro out of the sky. She's electrocuting everybody. Kid's hiding in his metal construct, but then her homie sneaks in and gets him close range, zaps him. She even blasts Luffy, but I'm sure a red flag went off in your mind when she zapped Luffy and he was falling like, wait a second, Luffy's made of rubber, that's not going to affect him. And sure enough, to Big Mom's surprise, he proclaims, I'm made of rubber, in which Kaido responds with a Boro Breath, which Luffy tanks. Kaido's surprised, he's like, are you immune to fire? He's like, no, I just have guts. And then we end this chapter with a Kong Gatling to Kaido's face, which in all reality shouldn't do that much damage to Kaido unless it's infused with Rio, and I don't think it is because I think it would have a different name if it did, but I'm not sure. I just don't think that this Kong Gatling is going to do much to Kaido. All in all, this was a really good chapter, like a 9 out of 10. I love the action chapters. I feel like the action is so few and far between in One Piece, especially with other characters besides Luffy, that I'm eating up these action chapters. They go by kind of fast, but there's no break next week, so I'm really happy. As far as where we go from here, what the next chapter is going to be, I think we're starting to get into what the repercussions of this fight is going to be. I mean, every single person took a lot of damage this chapter, where Kaido took damage, Big Mom took no damage. I don't think Kaido took enough damage for him to be considerably nerfed at all. The new generation really has their work cut out for them in this next chapter, in these next few chapters. You know, if they can't even take down Kaido, I don't know how they're going to take out Kaido and Big Mom. So unless Luffy goes Gear 5, unless Zoro opens his eye, unless a third party comes in, there is going to be another variable that comes into here, whether it be a power-up or a third party, for them to be able to defeat these two Yonko, let alone what's going on in the rest of Onigashima, like where everyone's at, who they're fighting. I mean, we are going to have to flash away from this fight at some point to build more suspense for it. I just hope it's not too soon. I hope we get 1 or 2 more chapters and really see how this plays out, and then flash away to other people, see who Sanji's fighting, see how Marco's doing with King and Queen, see how Usopp and Nami are doing. But I have to say, the new generation that are fighting the Emperors right now are looking really good. Killer looking amazing. Kid looking amazing. Zoro looking amazing. We already knew where Luffy was at, really, unless he has a secret Gear 5 technique with Rio or something like that. But everyone is looking really, really good right now. Even though they're definitely losing, I think they are looking amazing. And I think it's going to surprise us how Oda writes the rest of this fight and how impressive he makes them look and believable he makes this fight. Because right now, he's doing a really, really good job. What did you guys think of this review, guys? What did you guys think of this chapter? Comment down below. Tell me if I missed anything. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. And subscribe and hit the notification bell if you would like to join the Yakuza. Thanks, guys.